react that time. Oh, I turn on my own phone. Yeah. ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92.5. Sean, did you say the earlier one actually on air?
No.
Okay. So neither of those made it on air?
I was ready for it, though.
That was an interesting start to the show. All right. So I don't even know what's going on. Cam may be high. Cam thought he found substances as soon as he got here. Turns out he's actually blowing substances
Stay off the weed.
Cam. Yeah,
Mother
Cam.
Earth.
So, Cam, we found out before, because I asked you
Yes.
as you walked into the studio. Again, this is the bullpen. This is a
Yeah.
hot start to the
Also,
show.
somehow I'm the one that's like on it this Saturday morning. This has never happened.
Cam and I
Normally, I
both-
need to wake up for 30 minutes.
I did say there was a ton of traffic on 59 because they decided to close 4 lanes down.
Yeah, well,
okay.
I mean, I left earlier, so it was not a problem. But what was a problem is I was like working, like the last touches on the rundown, and all of a sudden Cam goes, "Oh, bleep, we got 1 minute." I'm like, "Oh, damn!"
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like,
And I'd been sitting here for 2 minutes. I was ready to go.
And so as we do walk into the studio again, this is the bullpen hot start. Sean, Cam, myself, Brian, John Belmer behind the glass.
John and I are the only ones ready to do a show.
John had it together.
I'm
today.
ready.
So that drop that we usually have him hit with the I can't tell you how terrible everything you've done here today is.
Doesn't apply.
Applies
Not
to this
today.
guy. Applies to this guy. But I noticed that Cam is wearing, because he's a fan. I think you also went there. He's wearing a UH hat.
Yes.
But then the T-shirt, Aggies, and I like, what's the deal with that? And then I found out he blows smoke into his water, forgot about it, and then drank it today. So that
I also brought a Ziploc bag full of tamales.
What? Now, okay, I don't know what I want you to explain first, but why is that not in the refrigerator? You're not going to eat that for hours, right?
No, I brought them for all of you guys.
For us.
Oh, nice.
Said he had a surprise.
And I wanted to keep an eye on it.
Oh, okay.
I don't trust these tamale stealers around here.
I don't even know where to go except say let's
Oh,
talk about the Houston
And the
Texans.
A&M shirt is, one, because I run the games, and 2, my mom and sister went there, so it's somewhat of a Aggie family.
Yeah, I know he's he's a fan of the Aggies and
It's
what
a house divided. Is it a house
Yeah,
divided?
Sean's got a
situation?
USC hat on.
No, he doesn't. It's from the national title game when he was like 6 years old or whatever the hell it was.
9.
9, okay. Well, same difference. Child either way. All right, so Texans. Let's talk about the Texans. That was a weird start. We already spent 4 minutes
I
on
love it.
Some would call it a false start.
Some would call it, oh, look at that. Football reference from the
I
pro.
am on it today.
I mean, from the most
what had gone into me?
professional member of the show, Sean A. Mapes.
Yeah.
He's got his
Crazy.
he's got his bleep
What
together.
11 hours of sleep will do for you.
Nice haircut, John.
Oh, John got a haircut?
I did not.
Since the last time I saw you,
I am literally. The funny thing is I walked in this morning and Ryan said the same thing. He said, "Nice haircut," and I said, "I'm literally just not wearing my hat."
Oh,
I wear
maybe
a hat
that.
every Saturday.
Wait, who said that?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan, the part-timer. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, Cam, you weren't the only
Well,
one.
thank you, I guess.
nice hair.
Thank you.
So, definitely Sean, the most professional member. Of
By
this-
far. By a mile right now.
It's really by default.
Yeah.
This is really by default.
The
right
only
now.
one that hasn't been actively unprofessional.
Oh, wait.
All right, so let's talk about the Texans. I'm going to run back a question from last week, both because I think the games are so similar between the depleted Titans and the depleted Ravens that the question still kind of, I think, works. Also because Cam and John didn't have a chance to answer with Sean and I out in Kima as a part of their Oktoberfest, which was a fun time last week there. Although a little hot for Sean and I. I think I came home a little bit redder than
Really?
when I
Really?
left for the morning.
I was just sweating.
You were just sweating.
I
All
was
right,
just
well,
sweating.
It looked like a good time.
it was a good
Although
time.
I will say, whoever was captioning the bullpen kept spelling it with an I.
That might have been. I guess that would have been Skylar, right? Were you looking at Instagram?
We win
post?
as a team, we lose
Yes.
as a team.
Okay.
I'm not gonna throw anyone under the bus.
Sean
It-
remains.
As a
it would-
station.
It would never be.
As a
It would
station.
never
So
be
she spelled
Sam.
it Bullpin.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. Well,
Like
you know,
hairpin. Yeah.
Nice.
Car wreck of the day. The car wreck of the day.
So we're like 6 minutes into the
Yeah,
show. Are we
you
gonna
know
talk
what?
about
Do
the
we even
Texans?
want to talk Texans at this point? Let's just talk about what's going on the TV right now. We'll talk Texans later. I don't even care at this point. I mean, all this really costs us is an Astros segment, but they fired people. Who cares? So on our TV right now,
A lot of people care, by the way.
Whatever. They fired people that aren't really to blame. It was the players' fault. Okay, we can move on from there. So Alabama 14-7 against Missouri right now. That game's in a commercial break. Missouri goes down the field like right away. It felt really easy, but Alabama's got back into the game. What else we got going on, Sean? We got Pittsburgh and Florida.
Yep.
Pittsburgh and Florida State. We got Houston, Oklahoma State. Looks like it's 10-10. That graphic's a little small for me, but it's.
You got it.
Yeah, I got it. It's 10-10. So what's got your eye? I mean, obviously we also have Illinois and Ohio State, two ranked teams, doing a battle. Ohio State up 10-0 on Illinois. What's got your eye early on in this college football slate?
I mean, you ran through all the games, so yeah, all of them.
I ran through the options. That you just going to say all of them? You're just going to say all of the above and completely ride the fence? Pick one.
I mean, the Florida State Penn State or Pitt game, obviously with Pitt up early. U of H surprisingly tied. I mean, like, what do you want me to say?
Okay, fine. This segment, man. Should we just go to break?
Ohio
now,
State's
Donnie?
up 10-0. All right.
Would it be the craziest thing now if we would just went to break now and just spend extra time on the Texans on the other side?
When a
soft reset?
coach calls a timeout 2 minutes into the game.
Timeout. What? We're gonna break ground here. Like usually on the station, we go way past. Especially if it's the morning show, we go way past our breaks. We're going to go ahead and break here so we can give more time to the Texans.
2 minute timeout.
2 minute timeout. ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92.5.
This is the Bullpen on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Live from the Veritex Community Bank Studios. Here are the producers of ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Welcome back into the Bullpen, ESPN Radio 97.5. Early start to, some have said, the most well-organized show in the history of the station. I'm Brian McDonald, Cam Smith to my right, and Sean, the professional Mapes, down to the very end. John Belmer behind the glass, also keeping things together and organized today, unlike Cam and I, who are barely hanging together or just keeping things together.
I am very much my same self, sir.
Actually, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
Even though you thought you found weed earlier, what was it, by the way, that you found that you thought was weed?
It looked like a piece of kale.
You often making that mistake? Ooh, a piece of weed. Ah, Cal.
Think about the situation.
Yeah,
we're
you're
we're at a
work.
we're
Why'd
at a
you think it was
we're at a
weed?
radio station.
Well, actually, that's actually a fair point. Never
Thank you.
mind.
That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, I've worked in radio long enough to say that's actually.
And-
it's more likely you find weed here than kale. That's fair.
And it was like a little, yeah, it looked like it. I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah, it was a little hopeful optimism.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? A little
Yes.
hopeful optimism. All right, we'll keep an eye on all
I was
the
going to
things.
turn it into the authorities.
Yeah, sure you were.
And by authority, I mean
Smoke
myself.
It. Yeah, smoke is what you're going to do. We'll keep an eye on all the things going on with college football early on. Alabama now up 17-7 on Missouri. Pittsburgh up 14-7 on maybe falling apart Florida State. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. See if they pull what they did a few weeks ago against Virginia, or if they get back and get the W in that game, especially at home. That would be a bad loss for Florida State. But as we mentioned before going to break, let's talk about the Houston Texans and kind of running back a question from last week. It really, I think it still implies, as I said last segment, because there's a lot of similarities to me between the team that the Texans faced when they played the Titans, because they have no offense and their defense, other than Jeffrey Simmons, is kind of a mess. Then that would also apply to the Ravens, because they're without Lamar Jackson and 75% of their starting defense is on the injured list. So I think the question that, Sean, you and I hit, or that I posed to you last week, was, could the Texans defense be so good this year that they could 2,000 Ravens their way, not to a Super Bowl, because that is too far of a goal to aspire to this year. But I just put it as, could they get further than they've been? So an AFC title game. And it was part of the reason I decided to bring this back up is I saw a stat earlier this morning where someone posted the best scoring defenses of all time. The Ravens in 2000, the only team in history to ever allow less than 10 points per game in a season. It was like 9.4. If you took the all-time leaders, though, in that stat, points allowed per game, the current Texans now, Ravens without Lamar, Titans, that all factors in, but obviously the Rams and the who was their week 2 opponent? I'm forgetting now off the top of my head. Buccaneers, pretty good offenses that they also held down. But right now, they would rank second behind only those 2,000 Ravens in points per game allowed. So, Sean, I pose the question to you again, and then Cam weigh in. But can the Texans defense 2,000 Ravens their way to an AFC title game this year?
Probably not. Because
all right, back to college.
Well,
football
because
now.
I mean, yeah, they're only 5 games into the season, so you kind of need to track it like through 5 games. What's the lowest a team has ever given up? Because you're comparing full season records to where 40% of the data set for the Texans is against Cooper Rush and an ass Titans team.
Cam Ward, yeah.
So that is dragging it down. I mean, they're a very good defense, but I mean, they've had good defenses. The Texans have had really good defenses before. And this is a team that did start 0-3 in those 3 games against better competition, and they allowed 20 or less, or 23, whatever the
20. Yeah, the highest they've given up was 20 to the Bucs. The Rams scored 14.
Yeah, so I mean, they did hold the opponents to 20 points or less. They also lost those 3 games. So
right.
there is a little bit of, is the Texans defense so good that they can 2,000 Ravens? Maybe. I don't know. It's still pretty early. At the end of the day, though, part of it is the offense has to actually be good enough to capitalize on that, and they really hadn't proven that until they played 2 awful teams.
2 ass teams.
Yeah.
Cam?
Yeah,
Both
I mean,
cheeks.
I'm with Sean basically on everything he said. Like the defense, yeah. The defense looks nice, but like to his point, in those 3 games, they still lost. They couldn't score. And this isn't 2000 anymore. Like offenses are way more developed and high powered. So the Ravens could get away with that back in 2000. You can't get away with that now.
That's a fair point.
So I think
there
the
were definitely
defense,
more teams using fullbacks back
yeah,
then.
like
Yeah,
I think they can ride this defense to the playoffs, but if this is going to be the same offense, it's not going to get you anywhere.
And what I said last week was that Jamal Lewis was the key to that. Like the Texans just can't control the ball. The Texans offense can't control the ball the way those Ravens teams were able to with Jamal Lewis. So I mean,
Joe Flacco.
That was
Or
Trent
no, that was
Dilfer.
Trent
Trent
Dilfer.
Dilfer.
Yeah, you're right. You're sure right. That was Trent Dilfer.
They were
Flacco
still
was
about
the
a decade
2012,
away
yeah.
from drafting Joe Flacco. Yeah. So I'm curious what you. I mean, regardless if we think they can 2,000 Ravens, obviously the best defense in the league. I think it'd be hard to argue otherwise right now. Only allowing 12.2 points per game. Although, of course, Titans Ravens does play a big part in that. But what to you has been the most underrated part of this defense, Sean?
I think the most underrated part of the defense is, I mean, it's crazy, but it's really because like the eye-popping stats aren't there. But Will Anderson,
Are you referencing the splash stat that popped up the other day on? It seemed to make its way all through Texans Twitter.
I must have been sitting out Texans Twitter that day. I don't know what the splash stat is.
I still don't fully know, but Will Anderson was by far number
Yeah,
one.
I mean, this is whatever those nerds on Texans Twitter talk. This is me, eye test, watching the games. Will Anderson beats his man on almost every play,
and that bears out. Yeah, his pressure rate's number one.
A lot of times he's not the one who makes the final, gets the sack. I mean, I can already think of one from last week's game where both him and Hunter win, and they kind of just like crash into each other. And I think it was Edwards that ends up actually getting the sack on Cooper Rush. And to me, it is just like Will Anderson is wrecking almost every play that he's a part of at this point, and he doesn't have the Defensive Player of the Year numbers, or he's not on track to get those numbers. But I think to me, he's just been absolutely insane this year.
Yeah, I'll throw out the name, and partially because I want to like maybe take back some of the things I said in the offseason.
Yeah, let the apology be
let
as
the
loud
apology
as the
tour.
disrespect.
Let's let the apology tour happen. My bad. I was
like Domino's.
I was a little
tour.
disrespectful of the contract.
A little out of order yourself.
I was a little out of order about the contract Jalen Petrie got, and
Here.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson got moved out of town for less. So frankly, I'm lucky to be here. I'm glad I'm not in Baltimore right now. I mean, Jalen Petrie's been amazing. Obviously, he had 2 picks last week. One of them was kind of a gift that pretty much anyone could have got. But the play he did, where he read the play, although the throw was behind, and was able to make the diving catch, was a pretty crazy play. And you know who also loves himself some Jalen Petrie, guys?
I don't know. Who?
John Gruden.
Petrie is their nickel. If I was a football fan, I would write down number 5, Petrie, for the Texans. And I would probably go online somewhere and buy one of his jerseys, because this guy's like a freaking buzzsaw, man. I love him.
He's like a freaking buzzsaw, guys.
I thought he was going to say buy a Petri dish.
Show yourself out. Well, Sean and I can handle the next 7 minutes. Please show yourself. Petri
Well,
dish?
Jeremy Branham says so. I guess Cam Smith is ass. So
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
There we go. Thank you, Lance. Thank you, Lance.
Damn. I have nothing.
You got nothing? Good. So, so part of what you mentioned in your rebuttal to my question about the Texans 2000 Ravens again, if I can make that a word or a phrase, was the offense has to do their part because they went 0-3, even though they allowed at most 20 points.
They just had to win games.
Right.
Like they're 2-3. Like I just can't do that when they're 2-3.
So now the question then becomes like, okay, well, has the offense actually taken a step forward, or were they just playing the ass Titans and a Ravens team completely depleted? And I think that's a question they're not going to be able to answer until they take the field in Seattle a week from Monday. But one guy who took a little bit of heat, John, I'm going to have some more audio here. Kendrick Perkins went on, I think it was the Legend Talk podcast with Little Kiki. And he had some things to say before the Ravens game about C.J. Stroud wasn't the guy. He wasn't going to be able to get it done. And then, of course, C.J. Stroud throws for 4 touchdowns. He's AFC Player of the Week. And he got some heat from Little Kiki and the guys on this last Legend Talk episode.
Start this off with Perkins' ass can't get no free food in the city. He can't get. And we not.
I heard. Hey,
Yeah,
I saw that.
We not letting him in the club.
I saw
Everything
that.
got to do with showing him some love, his ass is on the outside of the door. Now let's get down to a serious business.
No.
Houston Texans against the Ravens. Give me some on C.J. Stroud this week. How you
Yeah,
feel?
you would.
How you
Yeah,
feel?
you would.
And how you felt
Yeah,
about
you
him this
would.
week?
Huh? Man,
This is what I'm saying. I just told him this for the break. If we gonna put our foot in his ass, if he would have lost that game, Let's have a proper discussion about him winning. And
Oh
winning is a
man,
win.
he got to win. He was playing against.
He
was-
4 touchdowns on the road.
Man, he was playing against me, you, and Bun. That's how depleted. That's how depleted their roster was. And look, the Texans fan base. If y'all thought I was gonna come on here this week and say I apologize and all this, you got it wrong. And you think I give a damn? Listen, I got banned. Okay. I got banned. I was supposed to get, be on the field for ribbon cutting on the 28th. I get a message that says, hey, we saw your comments on Legend Talk about C.J. Stroud, and they're not happy, so you can't be part of the ceremony. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So now you really under the radar. Now I'm really watching. You on the clock for real now.
They made enemies with Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah.
They made
What exactly
enemies.
was he going to be cutting the ribbon for?
I don't know.
It's
What's some
probably
theme
something,
night that
yeah.
fit Perk? I don't know what theme night that would be.
Beaumont Day.
Beaumont Day, yeah. Like I don't know.
I don't know.
Ex
I
Thunder.
could- yeah, I mean, I could just
Thunder
look up
Player
the
Day.
Houston
Like I don't
Texans.
know. I don't know what they got going on the 28th, but I think the part raised at other than just the fun of listening to that audio, but the point raised at the beginning was like, hey, like if we were going to kill him for sucking against the Ravens, we also have to be willing to give CJ some props if he plays well. And I struggle with how much credit I should give CJ after that, because again, they're missing like literally 75% of their starting defense. But I think I land on the side of giving him mostly the credit for the performance, because even though that defense was trash and the Titans the week before that also trash, things to me, just like the accuracy, the decision making, the timing, all involved in the process, other than his guy got open because he's facing a lesser corner, looked better than it had in previous weeks. Like CJ hit his back foot, got rid of the ball. The ball was placed where it was supposed to be. He wasn't throwing into double coverage or making the wrong read and throwing late and behind guys. Like all the things that he could control despite of who the opponent was looked better. So will it be 4 touchdowns every week? Obviously not. But I think we will see some improvement going forward. That said, if they crap the bed in Seattle, I reserve the right to forget everything I just said.
It's also like they really can't be worse than they were in the first 3 weeks.
Sure.
Like it's hard to actually be worse than 2 touchdowns in 3 games. Like they were in the
4 red zone trips in 3 games.
Yeah, so
no, 4 red zone trips in 3 games plus 3 quarters.
yes. So I mean,
we're really talking about 5 quarters of good play.
yes, and that's why like I also don't agree with the logic of like if they would have lost, we would have crushed them, and since they won, we had to give them their flowers. Like that's called playing a bad team. Like we expect you to beat a bad team, so. Yes, we would be mean to you if you lost to a bad team. And no, we're not going to throw a Super Bowl parade for you for beating a bad team. Like, I think that just, I don't know why that.
I don't know what you have against parades, but all right.
Yes. I mean, the Ravens, so far this year in 5 games have given up 3 Offensive Player of the Week's awards.
3 out of 5, I believe.
3 out of 5 weeks, they've given up the Offensive Player of the Week.
Matthew Stafford might get one this week.
or Nakua or
Puka
Adams.
Nacua,
like,
yeah. Kyron Williams.
So I think to be like you have to be encouraged, because like you said, they have been protecting better, and they're so bad that early in the season that this is like actual improvement. And I think a lot of it is just giving CJ Stroud a clean pocket to operate from. So there are signs of growth, signs of life for this Houston offense, but ultimately like the season's going to come down to their next 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm pretty much with what Sean said. Like
I'm on
it's
Sean
nice.
Put my jersey in the rafters.
It was a good win.
Texans, call me. I'll cut the ribbon. I'll cut the ribbon. Perk won't.
I heard they need a guy. Yeah.
Well, that they do now. I mean, it was a good win, but at the end of the day, like there obviously there were some signs of them improving on the offense, but you would expect that against a Baltimore team that gives up what? Over 400.
It's like 35 points. Oh, you were going yards, but it's like 35 points per game.
Yeah, like
it's absurd.
A god awful defense. So you almost I'm not going to say you expected to put up 44.
I mean, you don't expect 40 plus and 4 TDs though.
Yeah.
From your quarterback.
So
even if it is a bad defense.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a good win, especially since they haven't won in Baltimore ever. But I think these last 2 wins, they haven't been tested by good teams or good defenses. So like you can get hopeful and be like, oh yeah, the offense is clicking. Well, if you're an NFL team, the offense is going to click
Yeah.
against really bad teams. So,
And it's really tough because like we have to sit with these, like Brian pointed out, 5 quarters of impressive football, and then wait a week, and then
Yes.
and then it's
I hate the
it's-
timing of the bye.
and
to
it's
that point.
4
Too
games
early.
for the rest of your season. I hate it just for me personally because we have to sit here and talk about the Ravens team for an entire week and be like, why aren't you taking this Ravens team
I think
seriously?
we talk a lot of. I mean, outside of this show, like talking Monday through Friday, I think we talk a lot of Rockets next week,
Yeah.
or at least we
I-
should.
God,
'cause,
I
like,
hope so.
Well, I mean, nothing's really going on with the Astros. I mean, because they already talked
Yeah.
about the
Fire some
firing.
more people.
Yeah, fire some more people, please, so we have content. Think about our content, really.
Yeah.
And like Texans are on a bye, like so. I don't know what we're going to talk
Yeah,
about. It's either going to be a lot of gimmicky nonsense, or it's going to be Rockets talk.
Yeah, but and then after the bye, obviously they played Monday night in Seattle. Then they go
They come back home.
come
Niners
back
and
home for
Broncos.
Niners, Broncos, and then home against the Jags. So like that really is like you kind of have to
You'll
go.
get your answer.
Yeah, you have to go 500 in that. You have to go at least 2-2 in that stretch to keep your head above water, stay in this thing.
For sure.
And that probably includes a win against the Jags. Like you really just need to win the Jags game and not have that be the only game you win over that stretch.
All right, so I'm going to skip the clip here, Johnny, for time. But I'm curious. I'm sure you guys have seen the rumors that the Texans are one of 3 teams that might be interested in Brees Hall.
yes,
What was the head spin, Cam?
I was acknowledging.
You seen that?
That was really
Did you
sassy.
see that, John?
Yeah.
It was like he was on a runway.
Sassy, I was agreeing.
It came off like very like runway sassy, Cam. Like I don't know what's going on with you today. Maybe it was weed. Maybe it wasn't Kel. I don't know. But what do you guys think of the idea of possibly trading for Brees Hall? This feels like it feels like a lot of guys, even more talented than him, go for like a 4-5 swap nowadays. It doesn't feel like the NFL's giving much of anything unless it's like a premier pass rusher or a quarterback. But Brees Hall, 24 years old, last year of his deal, he'll be unrestricted free agent next year. This season, playing pretty well, having a bit of a bounce back after 2 kind of mass seasons. He's averaging 70 yards per game, 5.3 per carry, plus 3 catches through the air. What would you think, Cam, about adding Brees Hall to this Texans running back room?
I mean, I like it. I definitely think it would be an upgrade over what they have now. You don't know when you're going to get Mixon.
I don't think you're getting Mixon back.
Yeah.
They'll have an update in a few weeks.
That
I'm
the
sure.
update will be, well, we'll know in 3 or 4 more weeks.
So yeah, but I don't know what you're going to get with this offensive line. Like they're still.
Offense now. I mean, I don't have the stat.
I'm not saying the Jets have a great offensive line, but I can't
Texans'
imagine that they would be
offensive
worse.
line's actually been around. Now it's still technically like bottom half, but it's been like 16 to 18, depending on where you look. So,
That's incredible.
it's
for them.
incredible
That
improvement
is
from where it
incredible for
was.
them. Well, I mean, in the
last year,
in the offseason, we're like, if they can be the 20th best offensive line,
yeah, like
we feel good.
I can't pull it up. Well, I can pull it up, but it might take too long to like explain it and set it up. But there was a metric that showed like yards before contact in the running game plus like time to throw in the passing game, something like that. And the Texans were upper half in both. Now, again, you still have to factor in Titans and Ravens without a pass rusher. That factors into those metrics and those numbers that come out. But the offensive line, I think we have to start to change the conversation about how good the offensive line
Have an
is.
uncomfortable conversation. About
I'm
how
not.
good
I'm not a former Longhorn named Macho, so we're not going to
No one
phrase
wants
it
to
that
have
way.
an uncomfortable
No one
conversation.
because it's uncomfortable. Sean. It's in the name. It's right there in the name. But I wouldn't not make the deal for Brees Hall because, not to say you were saying this, Cam, but I wouldn't.
You got it. I believe in
You wouldn't not make the trade.
Yes, because I thought, well, the Texas offensive line is so bad, then it's not worth doing.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's about price with Brees Hall or
4th rounder,
yeah, or Kamara. Fourth's pretty tough.
5th rounder.
4th, and we get back a 6th.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Or
deal.
okay. I mean, I
Call
don't. To be that or a 5th is the same thing, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
we're pretty much talking the same.
But
thing.
it's nice to get a pick back.
Sure.
And so it looks
Sure.
great to be like, oh, and we got a pick. What? It's a steal.
So would you do that, Cam?
Yeah, especially since I'm looking at the rushing yards, and the highest rushing yards of the season was Marks at 69.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Is
I
that
li-
against the Titans, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was when he had like 120 total yards. Like, I like Woody Marks. Nick Chubb has been surprisingly efficient at times. He's had a few games where he's over 4 yards per carry and looks pretty spry. But I just don't trust that Chubb will hold out over a whole season. I don't trust that Mixon will come back. And you never know what, Woody Marks will be like over a full season. He's a rookie, so you don't know what you're going to get week to week.
Make the trade.
I would make the trade.
Yep.
many years does he
Another
have left on
Iowa
his
State
contract?
Cyclone. Zero more years.
Yeah, exactly. We need about 6 more of those.
Would we rather have, real quick, Brees Hall or Alvin Kamara?
Brees Hall.
Okay.
Well,
Brees Hall is younger and about as good.
About 6 years he's younger.
I do have a little bit of trepidation for having this many Iowa State Cyclones on the same team.
Is that the Big 12 in you?
and
leaking
Kamara's
out?
got the hands.
I mean, is anyone like, we got to get a piece of the Iowa State offense?
the Iowa State offensive tree?
Yeah.
I got to get
if
me a
all
part
these
of
guys
that.
went to LSU, no one would have a problem. But it's just,
All right, we got to get to break. We're a little bit over here. On the other side, Cam's got some NFL topics for us to kick around. That when the bullpen returns, ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92.5.
This is the Bullpen on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Live from the Veritex Community Bank Studios. Here are the producers of ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Welcome back into the Bullpen, ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92.5. Brian McDonald, Cam Smith, Sean Mapes, the professional Sean Mapes, and Johnny Belmer behind the glass, keeping everything together. Although first segment didn't keep together. I don't know if we put that. I don't put that on Johnny Belmer. That's
we
me.
win as a team, we lose as a team, Brian.
I don't know. I put that on me and Cam. Actually, I put that mostly on me because if it wasn't for Cam, you guys would have had to start the show. I was completely oblivious to what time it is.
Again, we win as a team, we lose as a team.
Team's overrated.
Yeah. Short memory.
There's no I in team, but
cornerback mindset.
There's an I in Brian. There's an I in Brian.
Next segment.
some Bryans.
The correct Bryans. The correct Bryans. Yeah.
Well,
those dumbasses spelling it with a Y. I don't know what they're doing. All right, so let's get into some NFL topics here. We mentioned obviously the Ravens. They were a part of the last segment when we're talking about the Texans. And if you guys have any thoughts on this, hit us up on the HRP listen line. You could call or text us 713-780-3776. But question you had in here, Cam, and I know where I am at with this, especially because they face the Rams this week, so it's not going to get any better. But Ravens currently at 1-4. I think they're about to be 1-5. Is their season over?
Oh,
Cam, this is your question. Why don't you weigh in first?
Yes, and I know everybody's talking about how they're super riddled with injuries. Like, I get that, and you're going to have a bunch of players coming back at some point. But I think in this AFC, starting at 1-4, and then I think that they're going to lose this week too.
To the Rams.
Yeah.
I think it's damn near impossible to bounce back.
I mean, no team has ever come back. Well, I assume at least, because I remember there was a stat of like 0-4, 0-5. No team's ever made the playoffs starting 0-5. Only one team in history has made the playoffs starting 0-4, and that was the 92 Chargers, I think is what I saw. I don't know if the same thing applies to 1-5, but it feels like it should. So I don't know where you fall on this, Sean. If we want to Google it, I don't care. I don't think there's any way to know.
No, I'm not going to
There's
Google
no,
it.
there's no way to know.
And I don't know what has happened to my dude Derrick Henry, but it just
It's real simple. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
this was true even when he was in Tennessee. Derrick Henry is great, but if the team is not able to like get a lead or be even, he becomes relevant.
Yeah, he's very like
Yeah.
game script dependent.
He's very game script dependent, and yeah, he's getting game scripted out. And plus, what do we see the Texans do to the Ravens last week? They were putting up 8-9 guys like right up on the line of scrimmage. Just to use the football cliche, they built a wall, and Derek Cooper rushed to beat them over the top, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, him and Lamar feed off of each other, but when one of them is out, well, I guess more so
When Lamar's out.
When
When
Lamar's,
Lamar's
out.
out,
When
yeah.
Lamar's out.
It all kind of.
But I mean, I get it because everybody's going to do exactly what
Yeah.
Houston did. You're going to put
Yeah.
everybody in the box
What do you
to
think the
stop
Rams
Derek.
are going to do tomorrow?
Put everybody in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it is just the like math problem of being I'm penciling them in as 1-5. Maybe if they win, things can turn around. They do have a bye week next week, and then it's Ravens Bears, and then they play the Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals. So like it is pretty light.
Bengals and Browns being on the schedule helps.
Yeah, Dolphins. Like
Dolphins too.
So there's
If you have
definitely a
Lamar back.
chance.
I mean, they can definitely get back to 500, but already having 4 losses.
Exactly.
Here's the
is
thing,
just
like-
yeah.
To me, what it reminds me of is last year's Bengals. It's a different reason that they're in this hole, but it is going to be a team where in November and December, we're going to be like, this is a pretty good team. Like when you have to play them in November and December,
Right.
it's going to be a game that's not a walkover despite their record. I just think they've dug themselves such a big hole already that they basically have to, go 9-2 the rest of the season?
Yeah, I'm
To
glad
get
you
to 10
mentioned.
and 7?
I'm glad you mentioned last year's Bengals because
I
they
guess-
went 9-8 and missed the
Yeah.
playoffs. Like it's not because sometimes people in this conversation is like, well, 9 wins will get you in. Sometimes,
Yeah. So
but
better-
there's a lot of years where it won't.
you kind of
And
need to win the right 9 games.
so if we're working on the assumption to actually guarantee, because true, you could get it 9-8, you could get it at 9-8, but to be sure, you got to
Yeah.
get to 10.
You're not winning the division.
No, I mean to get to 10, they got to win. So they're 1-4 right now. So they would have to go 9-3 the rest of the way.
Yeah, and they have one game without Lamar.
Yeah.
Against the good Rams team.
So now we're talking about 9-2 once Lamar comes back. Good luck.
I just don't think.
Good luck.
Like you asked me.
And
if-
that doesn't even that still doesn't fix the defense.
yeah, you asked me if any team in the league is going to go 9-2
No.
for the rest of the
I
season.
would
I'm just
never
going to
pick
say
that.
no.
I would
I'm
never
just-
pick that.
Especially this year. Maybe some years I would. This year, no. None of these teams are going to. Like the Eagles were undefeated. They lost their last 2. Like they're just not a team that is so head and shoulders above the rest, and that doesn't really help the Ravens because we're not even talking about them being top of the league Super Bowl contenders. We're talking about making the playoffs.
Yeah, being like a 7 seed.
Yeah, and there's just so much traffic to get up there. I mean, obviously they won last week's game, so they are in a better position. But like
Plus they
the
got the
Texans,
tiebreaker, baby.
right? If they both go 9-8, the Texans are making
Yeah.
the playoffs. So
Yeah.
we all think that the Texans are in a pretty precarious situation when it comes to making the playoffs. The Ravens are in a worse position. They're basically a game and a half back.
Yeah. So this next, I think 2 of the other questions we have, I think kind of work together. Cam's got a question about, just where the Eagles are at. It feels like they're kind of falling apart. And one of my questions, we had time, was like pick a division winner or division leader that we think is going to miss the playoffs. I think those are kind of the same conversation when it comes to Philly. Tell me if you disagree, but I mean, look, I know this is not the Giants team that started the year. Russell Wilson was a disaster, predictably. Now Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbu have breathed new life into that team. And the defense was always pretty good, so you figured they would be reinvigorated by an offense that wasn't holding them back. But is the Eagles the team that you look at as amongst that division leaders right now? And you're like, I don't know if you're going to make the playoffs.
So to me, that's a good answer. To me, there's one that's a better answer, and part of this is just early season tiebreaker nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers are technically the leader in the AFC West right now at 3-2. They're tied with the Broncos, who they beat head to head. But since then, red arrow down for the Chargers, green arrow up for the Broncos. Broncos feel like they're a youngish
when you
team.
lose half your team.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah,
that's why we don't think the Ravens are going to make it.
that's
That's part of it.
I am irked.
They're gonna. I mean,
Is the offensive line coming back? Because if they're not coming back, then it doesn't.
And they have the 2 and 3 Chiefs behind them too, or getting healthy. They're gonna get Rashee Rice back next week. So like they're just they're in a tough position to start the season. Like we all thought the AFC West was a better division than the NFC East at the start of week 1. And they do go. They're 3-0, and then Cam, they get hurt, like the Chargers kind of do every year, but they get hurt, and now they're 3-2. They're tied. Their lead is basically gone, and they have the 3-time AFC champions behind them, and the Chiefs that are 1 game back, who look like they're playing much better ball too. That to me is more threatening. Those 2 teams are better than. Or more threatening than any teams that are in the NFC East.
Yeah, I'm looking at the rest of the division leaders, and I mean the Bills. Like, no, I mean Bills are going to make the playoffs. The Steelers by default because the Browns, the Ravens are hurt. The Bengals have no Joe Burrow. They're going to make the playoffs.
Colts
are going to make the playoffs. And then over the NFC side, besides the Eagles, you have the Lions. I mean, they're going to make the playoffs. And I think they beat the Chiefs this weekend.
Is there an uncomfortable conversation to be had about the Niners?
I hate that you keep saying uncomfortable conversation. But no, I think they're going to make the playoffs.
That's me trying to make this uncomfortable.
I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay. That's another one where
especially if they're winning games without their starting quarterback. And maybe there's a controversy there.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say maybe they make the mistake by going back to Purdy when he's healthy.
And then the Buccaneers are going to make the playoffs because the NFC South is mostly trash unless Michael Penix shows up, you know, in that week. So
hey, listen, I'm just a guy trying to give you different answers to a question on a sports radio show. All right, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
All right,
I'm just trying to bring up other teams.
So Cam, I know you don't want to say the Chargers. Are you going to say the Eagles, or do you have a different answer to this question?
No, I mean I'm not going to be naive. The Chargers have a very good chance of losing their division.
Look at that. I'm upgrading you to also professional.
I mean, it was already going to be challenging enough when you lost Slater before the season started. Then you lose Joel Alt. Now you lose 2 of your running backs. You have to start a dude from Troy who
They're starting Austin Deculus, aren't they?
Yes, again.
You have to start Hector from Troy?
I wish. He'd be better than Kamani Vidal. This is how bad the offensive line is. Bozeman, the starting center, was ranked 46 out of 46, which means, what is that, 12, 13 backup centers rank higher than him.
There's no way to know.
There's
no way to know that. Yeah,
that I do know that. I read it. I cried.
There might be more backups. He might be better than a starter or 2.
But yes, I think the Chargers can lose it. But I also think if we're
pretty
talking
tough schedule too,
NFC, I think Philly.
I just don't trust their offense, man. It's falling apart. It seems the whole thing where AJ Brown got asked about having a meeting that Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith said they had. He's like, nah, that meeting didn't happen.
Hey, can you be a bad 4-2 team?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because the Eagles were once a bad 10-1 team. Remember 2 years ago?
Yeah.
When their offense looked. When the year they didn't have Kellen Moore, when their offense looked a lot like it does this year, that team was 10-1 and then fell the complete F apart.
I mean, and credit to them, they were quicker this year. They went to 4-0 and then fell apart. To me, it's like, is Nick Sirianni like the most fraudulent offensive head coach who's been to 2 Super Bowls?
Because it's not even AJ that's disgruntled. There was I can't remember which offensive line came out and was like, we have to like change things up. like we're becoming so predictable.
Oh, yeah,
they had
Lane
4
Johnson.
tush pushes in a row.
Yeah, Lane Johnson
Well,
said that.
I mean, they scored, so I
They
guess it
scored,
works.
but
I
it's just
guess it
like-
works.
Back in my day, they would only need 2 to score. It's less successful.
These aren't your father's Eagles.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, like, if Nick Sirianni doesn't have a offensive coordinator who will become a head coach the next season, it seems like the offense falls apart every time.
That's what it feels like.
Whether it's
for
Shane
sure.
Steichen, whether it's Kellen Moore, those 2 guys seem like they are the secret sauce behind the Eagles' Super Bowl runs.
I mean, I hear what you say. Nick Sirianni, fraud.
He is a fraud. I mean,
Yeah,
he's gonna get
fraud
fired.
alert.
Like he's 100% gonna get.
Yeah.
like
God, the Eagles fired their last Super Bowl head winning coach, I think, within 2 years of
yeah,
winning
Doug
Super Bowl
Peterson.
also.
Doug Peterson got fired in 2020. I want to say.
And they won it in 17?
Yeah.
So 3 years
17,
later?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sirianni might beat him.
Short lease
Sirianni
in
might beat
Philly.
him. All right, Matt in League City is on hold. We'll get you on the other side of the break because we talk college football when we get back. So please hold the line, Matt in League City. We'll get to you when we come back from break. That when the bullpen returns, ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92.5.
This is The Bullpen on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Live from the Veritex Community Bank Studios. Here are the producers of ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
Welcome back in to ESPN Radio 97.5, 92.5. I'm Brian McDonald, joined by Cam Smith, Sean Mapes, and John Belmer with you here until 2 o'clock. So we got about an hour 10 to go. You were telling me in the break I was not to out myself as an old man, but I was watching baseball and then fell asleep. So that's about the most old man thing I could possibly say on this show.
Did you
When
have
I
dinner at
watched baseball
4:30?
and then I fell asleep.
Did you watch the end of the game?
I didn't make it. No, I didn't make it. I woke up and found.
To be fair, I'm there with you, B-Mac. It's exactly what I did.
Yeah, it was. I think I fell asleep in the 13th inning.
It's unfortunate. It's a titillating game.
Yeah,
It was
titillating. Exactly the word I was going to use.
titillated on
It
my
was-
couch.
It was so. I apparently I missed an offensive shootout though. You guys were telling me
Yeah.
North Texas was involved in a game that had 99 points in it.
Yes, South Florida went into Denton, Texas, and beat North Texas 63.
Wait, they went into Denton and
Yes.
walked out a winner.
Yes, they
Into
hung
Steve Austin's house.
They hung almost 70,
Wow.
and
The house that Steve Austin built.
only 36 points from UNT.
Which even a crazier thing is I was reading a stat from last night, and this was when USF still was only like in the 40s.
Mhm.
They had scored up to that point 176 points in their last 3 games.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Yeah. There. How many turnovers do you think were in this game?
Well, I know North Texas had 3 interceptions in the first half.
Yes,
Well, if I know there's at least 3, I'll say 6.
there's 8 total.
This
8
gets
turnovers, 8
crazy.
total, or 99 points.
Both teams
Actually,
lost.
they could create short fields, obviously.
Both teams lost 2 fumbles, and North Texas threw 3 interceptions, and UCF threw 1 as well.
Wow. All right. Before
I
we
had
get
one turnover. What? Had another turnover. What?
Wow.
And scored a touchdown.
Thank you for the Steve Austin reference. If you didn't know, Steve Austin played football at North Texas. That's the reference there.
I did.
You did. Well,
Yeah.
Congratulations to you.
They
Pro
mentioned it
Wrestling
during the
Cam
game.
Smith. Yeah. Oh, they mentioned it during
What-
the game.
what a
Like I said, I
character.
was watching baseball and fell asleep
What,
like an old
what,
man.
a, what a character. Went from football to wrestling to being a kitty cat and wine connoisseur.
He is.
Yeah,
He is
yeah.
a kitty cat and wine connoisseur.
Big
All right,
cats.
before we
Yeah.
get one of the best things he does on Twitter, if you've ever seen it, the days it gets really windy out in the ranch, he'll walk outside and just hold up a beer to try to do the beer thing. But it's really windy and the beer just goes
By the way,
everywhere.
speaking of those 8 turnovers, that's what UNT's celebration is.
Oh,
They're-
they do the double can?
Yeah, I'll send it to
Yeah,
you. It's
send it
not
to
a
me.
it's not a radio thing, but I'll just send,
send
the
it to
video.
me. send
Oh,
it
that's
to me.
pretty dope.
All right, before we get to the rest of college football, a lot of big things going on. Although some of the games are looking like they're trending towards blowouts. Ohio State up 20-3. I believe it was 7. Well, was 17-7, but Missouri got a field goal, so 17-10 in that game. But let's go out to the HRP listener line. Get to Matt in League City, who wants to talk SEC football. What's going on with you, Matt? What do you got for us?
Hey guys, B-Mac, kudos to yesterday's drive time show. It was really refreshing, I'm guessing because the troll farmer wasn't there. But I called in and made a point about Brian Kelly. We do not like Brian Kelly in Baton Rouge. We hate the guy. He's a weasel. He throws his team under a bus in interviews. And he is going to be gone at the end of the season. I can guarantee it. Would be a good candidate to put in this place.
All right. Well, thank you for the call.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
That's
I
tricky.
appreciate
I
the
wasn't-
love from last night's drive time show. This was a great.
I'll let Sean handle
fill-in
that part
host
of it.
there.
I love Jeremy Branham. I agree with everything Matt said there. Now, I'm not an LSU first fan, although I will say, like, if they're not playing the Longhorns, I do generally like to see LSU do well. I don't know why, but I've always had an affinity for LSU. But I agree with everything Matt said. Like, Brian Kelly just comes off as the fakest of fakest, like the biggest carpetbagger, to use an old term that there is. Like, he just comes
That is an
off.
old term.
And obviously, he doesn't start well with the family thing where he tried to fake a Cajun accent, even though he's a son of a lawyer from Boston. Like spare me with your Southern accent. So I do think, Brian Kelly's days are numbered. What is the first? It looks like you might be looking or thinking of a name over there, Sean.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of obviously we'll have to figure out, who's available. I'm sure someone's going to throw around the name John Gruden, although that would be a mistake in my opinion.
Don't do that.
Chip Kelly.
Let Arkansas get him.
Chip Kelly, I think, would also be a mistake. But what names come to mind for you, Sean?
I mean, this is a guy who's been rumored with other jobs in the SEC, big jobs that are open in the SEC, and he has a pretty good job right now in the SEC. And maybe it's a situation where the years have kind of passed, and now it's actually not worth his time. And he did beat LSU earlier this season. Lane Kiffin for the LSU job would be interesting. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he could do the LSU, or not if he could do it, but if LSU would want Kenny Dillingham. But I feel like Kenny Dillingham, the Arizona State head coach, he is an Arizona State alum, so that might keep him there a little bit longer. But he feels like kind of next up for one of these big jobs.
Maybe was it Dan Flanning? That's not
Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning, Oregon.
Yeah, but
Jimbo Fisher could come out of retirement.
Oh no, pass on that.
Former
pass
OC.
On that. Yeah.
Former OC for LSU.
It is, but I mean, you got to pass on that. I mean, like Dan,
No, for sure.
like I like the LSU job more than I would like the working for Ole Miss or. Well, I don't even know if I could say that about Oregon, but I just don't see either of those coaches leaving. You mentioned
it might be tough because Lanning, honestly, might win the national championship this year.
That's part
like
of
that.
it.
That would be tough to get him.
You mentioned, like it might be hard for the Arizona State coach to leave because he's alum there. The name that first popped to mind for me was Clark Lee, but he's an alum of Vanderbilt. So like
yeah, but it's Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's.
That would be a name I would reach out to. Now, obviously, a lot of the credit goes to Diego Pavia and how well he's played. But if you've seen that SEC Any Given Saturday documentary, you can see what sort of imprint, not as if the record wasn't enough in the improvement he showed there in Vanderbilt in a short amount of time. But I would give Clark Lee a call.
Yeah, he's another good one, and it's a little bit. It's a little bit the opposite of your ex thing going on with all these guys that we mentioned. Now, no one is more of a phony than Brian Kelly, but I would say that Lane Kiffin's one of the least phony guys. I would say that Kenny Dillingham also not very phony. I think he kind of calls it how he sees it and lets you know in the press conference what he's thinking. So I think those guys would be good. There's another one that I popped in my head. This one would just upset people. James Franklin.
Ooh,
James Franklin.
Going back to the SEC.
It's a little bit
at least he's got a good big game record, right?
It's a little bit like Brian Kelly, where it
feels a lot like Brian Kelly because
can't win the big one up north, and obviously Notre Dame isn't in the Big Ten, but
I
in
wouldn't
Big Ten
as
country.
much put the bit up north thing on him just because he was obviously at Vanderbilt for a number of years.
Yeah,
but
it was good of him.
So I wouldn't put the same amount of up north carpetbagger thing on James Franklin.
But he's got to leave.
But it feels like if you fire Brian Kelly because he can't win the big game, and then you hire James Franklin,
you can't do it.
That is a tough sell.
You can't do it.
That is a very tough sell.
James Franklin should be looking for a new job.
He probably should. All right, really quickly before we go to the break, there's a lot of big games, both in progress and going on. We still got the Red River Shootout coming up, Texas and OU, Indiana, Oregon, Florida A&M, Kansas, Texas Tech, Georgia and Auburn, and of course Michigan, USC. Sean, let's take the game in Dallas out for you and I. What game are you most looking forward to in the schedule?
I mean, to me, Michigan, USC is pretty interesting just as far as like they're two teams that are, I would say, about as good as each other. They're just built completely opposite ways, where Michigan's really good in the trenches and really, really built out on defense, really from the front back or from, closest to the ball is strongest. And then outside, as you get further away, it gets weaker. And USC is the direct inverse of that, where if you were to combine these teams, like it would be the best team in the country with like with the wide receivers that USC has and the perimeter play that USC has with Michigan's everything else, it would be an insane team. So just seeing the kind of style clash to me will be very interesting.
Cam?
Well,
you don't have the no Texas
and they got their
game.
coach back.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can't use the UH game.
That's almost worse.
Oh darn! Indiana,
Although you're
Oregon.
kind of a fraud. You're wearing an Aggie shirt right now.
Shut your face when you're talking to me. Indiana and Oregon is very intriguing to me.
Like this feels like a game where if Oregon, because we've seen the Oregon team at times, like they look great, and then Ohio State slaps them around. Like they're like I never know how seriously year to year I could take them. This feels like if this is a year I could take them really seriously, they should curb stomp Indiana.
Yeah.
If I could take them seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I think the actual Vegas line is 7.5. My personal impressed line is like
14.5.
Yeah.
It is
I was gonna
7.5.
Now, Kirk Cignetti is a big time garbage time point scorer, so he'll try to make it look better.
I'm willing to for those.
Yes.
Like if there's a touchdown in the final 3 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
But
if they're up 28 at any point, mission accomplished.
If for the balance of the game, it's like a 3-score game, impressed.
Yeah.
Less than that, I'm like,
Agreed.
It might be the same.
55 degrees and supposedly it's supposed to rain.
Well, thank you for that weather report, Cam. We're going to go ahead and get to break right now. On the other side, we got to talk about the Rockets who tip off their season in, 10 days from now? Yeah, October 21st. Today's October 11th. Matt checks out. We'll do that on the other side of the break. ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92.5. Hour number 2, Bullpen, ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92.5. Sean Mapes, Cam Smith. I am Brian McDonald. John Belmer with us behind the glass. We got 1 hour to go, as I said a second ago. We'll go until 2 o'clock. I believe we'll be back the week following. I haven't seen the Aggies schedule. There's no way to know. I'm not going to look it up. You'll find out when we
if only we got an email.
We're either on the air or not on the air next week. Oh, damn it, Cam. There is a way to find out. Where do the Aggies play next week?
They're playing Arkansas at 2:30.
Oh, so that's gonna be a short show then. We'll be off at 1:30.
We will have to start. I will have to start the pregame at 1:30.
Our pregame. So we
Cam
will
Smith
be on the show.
Running the board for that A&M. Yeah.
But an abbreviated version. Yeah, with Cam, you'll get a lot of Cam Smith, both bullpen and then running the show. Running the Aggies game. You're gonna inject some personality into the broadcast, like just a little turn off the microphone and give some analysis.
I will
of the plays.
Yes,
every once in a while.
That's good. You should do that.
I have.
They love it when you do that.
It does arouse.
Just turn off. I would run the ball here, and then turn the game back on.
You don't turn it off though. You just turn yourself on and act like you're part of the broadcast.
Oh, that'd be great.
Well,
just in the background.
Run it. I have to be careful.
Whenever they're laying out to try to let the crowd, the crowd noise speak, you just interject.
I have to be careful because I don't want to offend anybody over there.
Please don't.
But I will say the elder, and I'm blanking on his name. It's not Dave Ramsey. I don't know.
Dave Ramsey's the financial guy. It's
yeah,
definitely not Dave Ramsey.
It's the elderly gentleman that still
Okay,
does the
all right.
broad.
We're gonna move on to the Rockets now before that Cam gets our Aggies contracts canceled. Cam, tell us off the air. All right, Sean. So you got some Rockets topics for us to get into before Cam gets us canceled. What do you got for us, Sean?
Yes. Let's.
What old man are you not willing to call out now, right now?
LeBron James.
Okay.
For his sciatic pain, which big time dad injury.
Yeah.
Probably flared up while he was watching Reacher on Amazon.
Oh, okay. All right. The Reacher slander needs to end here, sir. It's a
So
fantastic
season
show.
is 10 days. Can you please? I'm trying to do a show.
I forgot I was talking to a pro.
Season is
only pro.
10 days away for the Rockets. Obviously, big news. What was that, last week? Has it already been 2 weeks with the Fred VanVleet torn ACL? Kind of threw not the season into like disarray, but definitely like shook up what our perception of this team is. So with this new perception that we have, who would you say is the biggest X factor, whether the Rockets are going to, continue on this upward trajectory of, maybe not just being a high seed in the playoffs, but actually winning playoff series, maybe making a West Finals or pushing OKC to the brink? Who would you say is the X factor in that?
That's a tricky one. I want to say yes.
It's a good question. That's what I do.
I think it's going to be a Min, but if you're asking me who I think needs to be the biggest X factor, I'm going to say Jabari.
Jabari Smith?
Yeah.
Is that a skill set thing where he is kind of the only guy who can be a complementary piece, like shooting the ball and can stay on the court defensively and is very versatile actually on defense?
That, and it's just all right, look, you're going to have to expect Kevin's probably going to miss 12, 13 games this year.
Yeah.
And you're going to need some more offensive firepower, especially with Fred out. And Jabari just got that massive contract. So I think it's just it's time for him to step up. It's time for him to step up.
You need the KD Jr. when KD.
Yeah, I mean, literally.
KD original recipe. KD is going to be out.
Yes.
Brian, how about you?
Two names popped to mind immediately when you asked this question, and I think it works well for this conversation. It doesn't happen to be either the names Cam mentioned, although those are worthy names as well. But we know both because they can't go out and make any moves really until, was it December 5th? Is that the
15th.
date? 15th. They're going to try out Reed Smith or Reed Shepherd and try that out for a while. So to me, like, is Reed Shepherd someone that can actually physically hold up? Like we saw in limited sample size last year in the playoffs, like when the Rockets tried to let the bench take over late in games, they were blowing out. They had to put starters back in.
Game 6
because Reed Shepherd was just getting bullied out there. Like he wasn't big enough to hold up and run that position. So I think Reed Shepherd's one that pops to mind, and also I think it's important, especially without the playmaking that you're going to miss from losing Fred VanVleet. I think we need to see Şengün take the next step. We know he can be kind of not really a point forward, but someone who can be a distributor. He can be a playmaker. Struggled last year at times in years past with finishing around the rim. Just all around from Jabari. From Şengün. I think we need to see a step up there.
Yeah, I think that if you get a maybe not like a huge leap season, but the next step kind of season from Şengün, who's still I think only 23 years old, like that's where you turn into a team that isn't so KD dependent. Like when he's like Cam was saying, when he's going to be out, where you're a team that still has a bona fide all-star. He was an all-star last year. I think injury replacement, so little tiny asterisks on that. But if he can become a, legitimate all-star, can become one of the 20 best players in the league this season, that's going to be something where, I mean, obviously it helps a lot when KD is out, but it'll also help when KD's in there and you have two legit stars that you can go to in half court, which is two more really than they had for points of last season. For me, by the way, great answers, you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Now, the two of you give 4 people on the roster, so you took essentially a third of the roster.
That's called great gameplay, Sean.
You took every starter except for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, great gameplay.
So I'll go. You know what? I think Cam's answer is better. I'll go with Amin Thompson.
Damn it.
To me, is the X factor, and this will kind of lead us into talking about where some of the Rockets stack up in the annual NBA GM survey. They asked GMs, all 30 GMs, I think it was 48 questions, which, by the way, it's a ton of questions to ask these guys.
Can we whittle that down by at least a third?
Yeah, can we get like 20 good
Yeah, I
ones?
think it's got a cap at 20.
So anyway, they wasted all 30 GMs' times with a lot of these questions. One of the questions was which player in the NBA is most likely to have a breakout season in 25-26, and leading the way with 30% of the vote, Houston's own Amin Thompson was the choice among NBA executives. And to me, that does speak to the upside that people around the league see in Amin Thompson, and it plays a part in the Fred VanVleet absence of, can he develop into a primary creator on offense? I don't really think he has to, but if he does, oh boy, are we talking about a really good team? Because, I think they can play through Şengün a little bit. Obviously, they have Kevin Durant, and like when in doubt, you can just throw Kevin Durant the ball. Go score for us, please, Kevin. And he is among the best in NBA history at doing that.
I read the same thing, and I think I also read something where they said that they basically think Amin is going to be like the better Ben Simmons that Ben Simmons should have been.
I think he already is the better.
That was my kind of loose scouting report on him after his rookie year. Was like, what if Ben Simmons wasn't a bitch? Is kind of like Amin Thompson. It's just like, what if Ben Simmons was like an absolute dog? That's Amin Thompson. And so
definitely dog. We saw that Warriors series.
Thank you. I will say this just kind of speaks.
He's spitting facts, John. He's spitting facts.
Like you can't. I
can't dispute it.
When a man's right, he's right. That's all I can say. Among others receiving votes, these guys, I think, only got like 1 or 2 votes.
Can I stop you real quick? The thing that I noticed most about this list is not only that Amin Thompson is first, is how big the gap is between the people you're about to say.
Yes, Amin was 30%, and then tied for second is his twin brother, Asar, for Detroit, and Brandon Miller and Victor Wembanyama. That shouldn't count in my book.
Yeah,
at
that
10%. So
a huge gap.
20% more. And then the others receiving votes, I mean, it's like a third of the league. But you do get Alperen Şengün, Reed Shepherd, and Jabari Smith among Houston Rockets.
Jalen Green's name on the list?
Jalen Green's name
Franz
is on
Wagner.
there. So that is, again, something that speaks to the depth of this team and how there's a lot of options for this team to like really be really good despite the Fred VanVleet injury. Not just the fact that they essentially replaced Jalen Green's role in the offense with Kevin freaking Durant's role in the offense. It's that around Kevin Durant, they have so much young talent that could really pop off.
Well, they did a really good job bringing in a bunch of lengthy like wing players.
Yeah,
and
they're very
defenders.
wingy.
I think they have like 7 different players I saw with wingspans over 7 feet.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can rotate. Not a full like normal 8-man rotation, but they can pretty much just run waves at you with guys that have 7-foot wingspans to play the passing lanes.
And that plays a part in the question: which team had the best overall moves this offseason? First place, the Atlanta Hawks at 53%. Second place, the Houston Rockets at 27%. Nice. So that does speak to that. They also have the most athletic player in the NBA, according to Amin Thompson,
of course,
with 58% of the vote.
Just give him the MVP already,
right? And the most versatile defender in the NBA,
Amin Thompson.
18%. Draymond Green, 17%, comes in at second. Others receiving votes: his twin brother, Asar Thompson, and also Tari Eason of the Houston Rockets got some love there. So that to me was the biggest standout, more so than like what the GMs actually vote on and like what they actually think.
Yeah, because one of the people that voted on breakout player voted for Zion Williamson.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. And to me, what the like body of these votes tell you is that the Houston Rockets have a lot of talent and a lot of very young talent. Like they have the player most likely to break out. They have 3 other guys that are at least one person thought is likely to break out. And they have the most versatile defender. They have the best athlete in the NBA. And they have the second place coach for which head coach is the best manager / motivator of people. Number 1 was Eric Spoelstra at 28%. Number 2, Ime Udoka at 24%.
Steven Silas not on the list?
No, they
Scroll
only give me
down.
they only give me a
okay.
top 5.
Oh damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
well he's probably 6. He's probably 6.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
cut off there.
you know what? I'm gonna take back part of my answer because I think
Good.
because I think even though I think I kind of pushed back on the breakout a little bit on Amen because to me he already kind of broke out. I mean maybe that's nitpicking too much.
He wasn't an all-star.
It wasn't an all-star. So to that point, like he still has room to grow. But the reason I'm going to backtrack and go with the men instead of mentioning Reed, even though I think they're going to try Reed out.
Because you think Reed's a bum?
Well, Reed is a bum, but despite that, I think they're going to try him out. But to me, if we're talking about what option gives the Rockets their best possible ceiling, it's clearly that a man works out as your ball distributor and your playmaker, whether we call it point or whatever we call it. Positionless basketball, I know. But if he works out as that, when you add in his versatile defense, his athleticism, everything else he does extremely well, just feels to be basically everything except for three-point shooting.
Yeah.
Then if he hits that ceiling, that offers the Rockets the most upside.
Yeah, and if he does hit that ceiling, then you're talking about instead of 2 all-stars, you're talking about 3 bona fide all-star level players with Kevin Durant, Alperen Şengün, and the breakout version of Amen Thompson. So yeah, that would be one of the best teams in basketball with that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, we got to get out on the other side of the break. It'll be time for our prize picks and also our NFL picks of the week. That when the bullpen returns, ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92.5.
This is The Bullpen on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Live from the Veritex Community Bank Studios. Here are the producers of ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
All right, welcome back into the Bullpen, ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92.5. It is time to get hyped and give out our prize picks of the week. Our favorite DFS plays so far. We'll give you, at least I know with mine, the one I played or the one I'm about to mention is a lineup I actually did put in. I assume Sean and Cam will be the same. So these are not just lines we like. These are ones we've put in our money behind. So these are ones we really believe in.
Also helps for me to like keep them all in one place. So.
Yes, exactly. It also helps with organizing.
It helps organize it to where I can just find it.
It's like It's worth $5 just to keep it organized, you know.
Whatever.
That was one of those sort of
And
things.
I'm gonna make $30, you know.
Yeah,
So.
damn right, brother. I put one down for 10. I think we'll pay out 88 if I hit.
Wow.
I believe is what it was. Big time.
Money
It's
moves.
big time stuff right there. All right, so Sean,
Yes.
what is your first prize pick of the week, sir?
First prize pick of the week is a team that we talked a lot about so far today, and really, I mean, this week we talked a lot about them, and that's the Ravens defense. And I'm going with the quarterback that gets to play the Ravens defense. I'm going with the Matt Stafford. Give me a more on 1.5 touchdown passes from Matt Stafford against the Ravens.
All right, Cam.
I am going to go with J.K. Dobbins over 69, or sorry, I apologize, more than 69.5 rushing
Just
yards
kidding,
against the
Dobbins.
Jets.
Oh, man. I thought I was the dad because I liked Reacher. You're making just kidding jokes for JK. Jeez. If you don't mind, I will give all of mine
I don't mind.
in one go because it's all from the same game.
Go for it.
It's
Wow.
all the Red River shootout. It's
Oh.
not the rivalry. The
No, we
shootout.
couldn't call it the shootout anymore.
I'm calling. Sean's making it so much
Yeah, he
worse.
went
What?
way
No, he's
farther
making
with
it
it.
so much
It's
worse.
the OK Corral. I love that. That's a great part of Tombstone.
Now I'm making this wager partially as a emotional hedge. And
I'm your Huckleberry.
and also because
Great
I
movie.
just expect OU to win. So this is a 4-part parlay, if you
Whoa.
will. I have the Sooners money line I have
Money
the
line.
Sooners plus, what is the number? Why did it take away the number? Oh, that's
I thought this was daily fantasy plays.
it is, but I don't want to mention the other part because we're calling this prize picks, but they allow you to actually pick games
Sounds
as
like
well.
gambling to me.
Yeah, but it was plus 113.
Sounds sinful.
I think it was the line for OU. But back to the actual player
It's a
props.
vice, you know.
I took
Gambling.
Arch Manning
Mhm.
higher than a half an interception.
Yes.
I feel pretty good about
Good.
that.
Good. It's a
I
free
I
play.
couldn't believe this line was this low, but the only guy he has even remotely a rhythm with is Parker Livingstone. 24 receiving yards was his line, so I took the higher there.
A little banged up from last week.
A little
but
banged up. Yeah,
look-
he took a wicked hit on his leg
but
last
he's
week in the
not
Florida
on the
game.
injury report, so he'll play.
I feel like two receptions against, or maybe one. And then forgive me, I'm going to butcher this name, but he's been an absolute monster for OU this year. Yaron Connick, the tight end.
Got it.
Did I
Nailed
actually nail it? It doesn't
I'll just
matter.
keep-
There's
let's
there's
keep
no
it
way
mo-
to know.
let's
There's
keep
no
it
way to
moving.
know. Higher than 40.5 receiving yards.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
I did a John Mateer more than half a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I mean, if he plays,
If-
he's,
yeah, I was gonna say if he
Yeah,
plays.
If he
plays.
plays, and then if he doesn't play, boom,
you get your money
injury
back.
insurance.
Yeah, there
Right
you go.
there. Prize picks. Promo code MAPES.
All right, Mapes, what do you got next?
Next one. Hold on. Okay. There's this, I switched over to the college football one.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm going
I would
back
say
to
we
the-
did the whole bit about keeping it organized.
No, it was organized. It was just too. I didn't know which direction to
Okay.
swipe.
Sure.
Let's go with Rico Dowdle revenge game against the Cowboys. More than 72.5 rushing yards.
I mean, he did go for what, 203 last week?
Yes, against a bad
Panthers. No, he's on the
Dolphins
Panthers, yeah.
defense. Bad Miami Dolphins defense. Well, good news for Rico Dowdle. He's going against a bad Dallas Cowboys defense this week.
True.
72.5 more.
Like
Very
that,
intriguing.
Cam.
Yes, I like that one as well.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to go with Matthew Stafford more than 254 passing yards against the horrendous Baltimore defense.
All right. Any more price picks for you guys, or should we get into our NFL game picks?
I can do Chase
Yeah,
Brown.
Chase Brown? Oh.
Yeah, more than 3.5 receptions.
I was about to say, like, the numbers got to be pretty low in Chase Brown for you to play him more.
More than 3.5 receptions.
Okay.
Jake Browning just basically never dumped off the ball. He was just trying to get it to Chase and Higgins, which
Yeah,
understandable.
Flacco will dump it off.
Flacco, I think led the league, or he's pretty close in games he started with targets to running backs. So Chase Brown, good receiving back. He'll want to get the ball out quick going up against Micah Parsons in an offense that he barely knows because he's been there since Tuesday. So yeah,
Doesn't matter. He's
give
a
me the
pro.
more.
That's a
on
good
Chase
point.
You
Brown.
should know that. You're also a pro, Sean.
That's a good
So.
point.
Yeah, that is
Pro
true.
recognized pro. What's your last one here, Cam?
This is a tricky one for me because I'm very hesitant on going less, but I think Aaron Rodgers just doesn't put up numbers like he used to. So I'm going to go less than 215.5 passing yards against a good Cleveland defense.
Cleveland, yeah.
He's actually only thrown for over 200 yards one time this year.
No,
so.
I like that. Like ever since that last MVP season he had, which I think was 2001, like his yardage totals. 21.
You said 2001.
Oh,
he was in the league in 2001.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I think he was a freshman.
All right.
Cal?
Probably a Cal not making the Rose Bowl because Texas, Mac Brown politicked his way into it. Aaron Rodgers still mad about that one.
That's
I know.
You got to learn how to play the game. That's what I always say.
But yeah, Aaron Rodgers he hasn't had these big explosion with his passing yardage totals ever since that last MVP season in 2021. So
actually, I think it was 22.
Oh, damn it. All right. I'm done. Let's go to the NFL picks. First, Cam, as you pull up this screen here, first let's go ahead and update our standings, and then we will get into our picks of the week, sir.
So, after last week, everybody's pretty much in the same position. I am in first at 13-7, followed by BMAC, who is 11-9, Sean at 7-8, and then abysmal, horrendous, disappointing, should be ashamed of yourself, 5-15, John.
But
he had his first winning week, though.
But he went 4-1 last week.
He went 3-2.
It was 3-2.
Oh, you told me you went 4-1.
Yeah, because the Giants played on Thursday and they won, so I was thinking that I got the Giants game right.
We did the Giants-Saints game. And
right, yeah.
I got that one right.
Yeah, so did I.
It's the only one
I still had a winning week, though.
You did.
Yeah.
Credit due. A little less credit due, but credit due.
No. This isn't one of those participation trophy type leagues.
You went 3-2.
Oh,
wow, hard.
No, I'm just kidding. 3-2. I mean that it.
All right,
in a pick'em, that's good. In a pick'em, that's good.
What's our picks?
First game, Indianapolis versus Arizona.
I mean, I feel like we could all say this at once. Colts.
You
know what? I'm so confident, and I'm partly doing this as a bit because I'm about to speak for them in a live endorsement read. But this is my Burger Chan lock of the week.
That sounds good.
I'm inventing it right now.
A Burger Chan lock.
I'm so confident I would bet a delicious Burger Chan burger.
That's your spicy aioli play of the day.
That's my scallion aioli. Scallion play of the day. It's my lock of the century.
Yeah.
As endorsed by Burger Chan. Yeah, it's easily Colts all day.
Easily.
All day.
I guess I'll go with the Colts too then.
Cam? Or Johnny?
Johnny went with the Colts.
Yeah, I also had Indianapolis.
He plugged his picks in already.
Oh, look at that.
I don't think I've
this go-getter.
ever done that.
Yeah, look at this go-getter.
No, you don't have to. I said I would.
Okay.
But, he's his own man. Yeah. Jacksonville versus Seattle.
Oh, this is a good one. Where's this game at? Remind me?
Jacksonville.
Seattle. No, it's in Jacksonville. Sorry, Jacksonville.
Of course, I'm going to take the word of the most professional one here, which is Sean Mapes. I do not like a team from the West Coast traveling 3 time zones to the East Coast. Is this a noon kickoff?
It is a noon kickoff, 74 degrees, cloudy.
I think I would have picked Seattle, but because of that, I will actually. Man, Trevor Lawrence sucks, but give me the Jags.
They lead the league in forced turnovers.
I know. I'm not picking it because of him because I still don't think he's played that well, but whatever. I'll
Seahawks
take the Jags.
8-0 in their last 8 road games, including a win at noon in Pittsburgh earlier this week. They've been good.
Earlier this week?
Earlier this year. I think it was week 2.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, week 2. With that being said, give me the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Cam?
That's not where I thought you were going.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to go Seattle.
Okay. Brian and I both picked Seattle last week and lost. So
yeah, maybe we're feeling a little bit.
We have
of
some
stings.
hurt feelings.
Yeah. I mean, we were almost there, but Baker,
I'll pick them.
Baker did Baker things.
Spoiler for next week's
John,
show. I'm
who'd you
picking
pick?
them.
Seattle.
All
nice,
right.
2-2. Okay, Chicago versus Washington.
Ooh, Monday night.
Monday night game.
Monday night
All
in
my
Washington.
rowdy friends.
Yes.
I will pick Washington.
Okay.
Revenge for the Hail Mary.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Daniels back. I'm not going to rehash what the Commanders did last week, Cam. But it certainly looks like they're back to their winning ways. So give me the Commanders.
See, to me, I wasn't impressed by what they did last week. They beat a hurt team.
Thank you.
That's why revenge for the Hail Mary from last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a rematch of the Hail Mary.
Give me the Bears. Tyreek Stevenson game-winning pick
Bears.
6.
He's not going to turn around.
No,
and play to the crowd while the game's still going on.
Not until the final whistle.
I also am with Sean on this. I like that Jaden Daniels is back, but I don't know. There's something that's pushing me to go to Chicago.
Johnny?
Yeah, I don't believe in Chicago. I took Washington.
All right, me and Belmer. I like it.
I think we've been split
Very nice.
on every one.
2-2. I
Yeah.
think so.
This is a good one. Kansas City versus Detroit. It is
That is a
in
good one.
Kansas City.
Yes, and it's Sunday Night Football. I can't wait for it. I know Kansas City's looked a lot better recently. I kind of throw out, though, on the other side, the week 1 performance from Detroit is just, a complete whatever. Not any way indicative of who they are the rest of the season to me, because it's been consistently, they're just bludgeoning people. Now, I know one of those games is Cincinnati, but they're just bludgeoning people every single week. I don't think they bludgeon, but I think they win the game. Give me the Lions.
Nice. Me as well.
Give me the Chiefs.
Ew.
Hater.
Gross.
No one goes into Arrowhead and gets a win.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Except
some
for
teams
the,
do.
I don't know, 2 teams that did it this year.
Johnny?
Yeah, the Lions are feeling themselves. I took Detroit.
Feeling themselves too much.
So that makes Sean a lone wolf over here. Oh! All right. We're on our last game, the game against the spread.
This might be the game of the week. Tampa Bay versus San Francisco. Tampa Bay is favored by 3.5. They are in Tampa Bay, so that obviously has a lot to do with that point.
Have we heard a final yay or nay on Brock Purdy?
He's out.
He is officially out.
Okay, that helps the
But
Niners.
Tampa
It
Bay is
does.
also out. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Bucky Irving.
But what about Emeka Egbegbue?
He is the lone wolf, as Sean would say.
There's a drop on my page if you want to play it, Johnny. That was how Gronk pronounced Emeka Egbuka. He pronounced it Emeka Egbegbue. It's on the Brian One Quick Start page if you could quickly find it. I think it says Gronk or Egbuka or Emeka, something like that. But so, man, this is tough. I don't know if I think Mac Jones, still dealing with some depleted talent, like weapons around him, can go into Tampa and get the win. So I definitely think Tampa wins the game. He said the number was 3.5.
Yes.
Good line by Vegas.
It's a
Hats
very
off.
good line. It feels
Hats
like
off.
it feels like a 3-point game.
They did it again.
You know what? I'm gonna go 49ers and take the points. 49ers plus 3.5. I think Tampa wins, but I don't think they cover. So 49ers plus 3.5.
I've all the times I've picked Tampa Bay this year, I've been correct, but there's just too many. What can I say?
Yeah, he's first on the thing. It's right a lot.
I think it's just one of those games where it's just too many injuries to that team. So I'm gonna go San Francisco.
It is funny that we're saying too many injuries for a team and then picking the San Francisco 49ers, who was also hurt.
Very, very injured.
But I agree. And you know what? I'll take the 3.5 points. I don't think I'll need them.
You think they win outright?
Niners do it outright.
All right. And what did
Not
Johnny
for
have?
record
I know he's looking
purposes.
for
That doesn't matter.
Tampa Bay.
Oh, so Johnny's the lone wolf on this one. You find that drop, Johnny? No? All right. Yeah. It's okay. I'll show you where it is during the break. Maybe we can play it during the final segment. All right. That'll do it for our prize picks and our game picks of the week. On the other side of the break, when we get back, it'll be time for Mount Rushmore plus one. But before we go to break, football season is here, as you know, and I've got the best way for you to celebrate every big win this season, and that's with our friends at Burger Chan. There are a lot of great burgers in the city, but Burger Chan makes the freshest, tastiest burgers in the city, without a doubt, and they've got the awards to prove it. In 2023 and 2024, Burger Chan was ranked by Yelp as one of the best 100 restaurants in the country. Not just burger places, not just best places in Houston, but one of the best restaurants in the whole damn country, and it's right here in our backyard. Every meal is prepared from scratch using only the freshest ingredients to meet their high standards and ensuring it's made just for you, just the way you want it. Very customizable too. Truly every burger you order is one of a kind. I actually got a burger from Burger Chan yesterday. I got it on the sweet sourdough with just one patty. I don't really usually like the double patty with cheddar cheese. Got some crispy onion strings, a little mustard, a little lettuce. That's the way I like it. But you can get, countless options. You could get kimchi relish on yours. You could get barbecue sauce, bacon, fried egg, however you want it. And due to the demand of all the hungry Houstonians like me craving the burgers, they've extended their hours now. They were once closed on Mondays and close at 3 the rest of the week, but no longer. Burger Chain is now open Monday for lunch and dinner service Wednesday through Saturday until 9, in addition to their normal hours the rest of the week. But you'll want to stop by on Mondays in particular because they're partnering with us to celebrate big wins this football season on Victory Monday. Any Monday after the Texans win, stop by Burger Chain to claim your free side with the purchase of any entree. I mostly go with the burgers, but they also make delicious chicken sandwiches, fried fish sandwiches, hot dogs, falafel, and breakfast sandwiches as well. Just stop by on the Monday after a Texans win, mention my name, Brian, mention ESPN 97.5, or just say Go Texans, and you'll get a free side with your entree. Burger Chain, best burgers in the city. Find them at 5353 West Alabama and see their full menu at burgerchainhtx.com. Welcome in, Houston, to the best part of your weekend. Welcome into Mount Rushmore Plus One, the award-winning, groundbreaking segment that forever changed the landscape of sports radio, not just in the city of Houston, nay, worldwide. And will land Sean, Cam, myself, John Belmer, Andrew Carlson, RJ Saunders, and other people that I'm forgetting off the top of my head in the Texas Radio Hall of Fame far less than the 27 years it took those bums, John and Lance, to get in there.
Don't forget about Chevy.
Yeah. Josh Chavans.
Yeah.
He was amongst the names I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew there was at least one name. Joe George. Yeah, he's participated a few times. AJ has participated a few times. Yes. So throw them in there as well. We're all in the Texas Radio Hall of Fame in less than 27 years. 13 and a half is my over/under. All right. So I'll go ahead and go first. I actually wrote this list pretty early this morning. But not to get all boring, like middle-aged wife on you, but I had a dream last night where we were all in a heist situation. And
who's we all?
The only person I remember, and I'll tell you who it is because he's on this list, was Joe. The rest is called kind of fuzzy. But in this heist, Joe went rogue and shot a guy. And so now we're all got a murder rap.
Who's
on
looking
us.
at me, man? Yeah, he was Waingro from Heat. Okay,
but yeah, so that's the situation. Like it was the heist was going well. Like we had pulled it off.
It was going well, yeah.
And then Joe's like, "Hold on, I got something to take care of," and he circled back and he shot a guy. And now we're all facing.
Don't make me do it, man. Don't make me. Don't be a hero.
It is. There's also an accessory to turn on your microphone, please.
Accessory to murder.
Thank you.
Law and order.
Yeah, you're dropping from the professional ranks now, Cam. It's just Belmer and Mapes over here. You're joining me in the unprofessional side.
Oh, I'm back.
I'm sorry. It's all right.
Can we get to the next on the list?
I figured we kill time more. We only got 2 minutes to break. All right. Sorry. My most likely to go rogue during a heist, members of the ESPN 97.5 staff. Obviously, on the list first, Joe. I saw it in a dream.
Yeah.
I think Joe shoots a guy, and we're all in a lot of trouble. Next on the list, sorry to do this, because I'm looking right at him. Sean Mapes, I think, goes rogue.
What?
I don't think you're a stick to the plan sort of guy. I don't. I think you go rogue at some point. I'm
Well,
not saying you're going to shoot a guy.
Okay.
But I don't think you're a stick to the plan sort of guy. I think you deviate.
Okay. Yeah.
I
think I'd be the getaway driver.
I don't know if I'd want you there.
We can't have you be a getaway driver. You're too athletic. Remember, you won the.
You won the race.
So I have to be the one in the vault.
Yes.
I have to be the one that jostles the bank man. Let me see your manager. I have to be that guy.
Yeah,
that
you
was
have to be
really
that
good.
guy.
That was pretty good, right? Yeah, I've seen a lot of movies.
It wasn't too bad. So I think Belmer's a stick to the plan guy. I'm not sure about Cam. I guess it depends on how much water, in quotes, he's drank that day. Of the variety.
I'm always prepared for a job.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm not including them in this. Who I am including, I'll go and say them at once because they're a team. John and Lance.
Okay.
I'm not, they're both going rogue for much different reasons, but I think they're both going rogue. And last one on the list, technically not with us anymore, but with us in spirit. A shout out to a fallen member here at the station, Paul Gallant. Would 100%
still alive.
Yes. I say that as in he just no longer works with us. What'd you think I was going to say, Fred Fowler?
Somebody not here.
But Paul Gallant would 100% go rogue in a heist.
Yeah.
Cam, what is your Mount Rushmore +1?
Mine is clever homeless people signs.
Okay.
Because I've seen a few by the Galleria.
Okay.
You guys see the guy that throws the hat in the street?
Yeah. I see that guy.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's athletic.
6 days a week.
Yeah, he's pretty good. So some of these I've witnessed, some of these I have not. So just bear with me. And this is a good one. I bet you can't hit me with a quarter.
Did you try?
This I did not see this man in person.
Oh, okay.
But that is a great way to
get people to
get people involved with charity.
Yeah.
Throwing a quarter at a homeless man or woman.
Charity.
Yeah.
Charity.
Thank you for saying "or woman." Thank you.
What a white knight you are.
Yes.
My ex-wife had a better lawyer.
I've seen. I think I've seen.
I've seen that one.
on
Yeah.
the internet, yeah.
I saw that one in Montrose. Why lie? I need a beer.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Good one. Spread some cheese on this broke cracker.
Next.
That's a great one.
It is. I just don't know where to respond for that.
He was a white too, so
okay,
it makes
that's
sense.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we can say it.
Yes. We'll kidnap your boss for $1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a cheap.
Would he go rogue?
Yeah. Would
Right?
he go rogue? Yeah. For $1? No, we'd have to give him 2. To keep
I wonder
him
how
going
much
rogue.
he would charge to
One
kill
up
the
front,
boss.
one when the job's done.
Yeah, exactly.
50 cents
Half
up front.
Half up front.
Yeah.
It's $1.
Yeah.
I need that 50 cents up front, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the end of the list?
Yeah.
Johnny, you got one you can go through quickly?
No, that's all right.
Okay, that's good. We're up against time.
Lame.
Mapes,
Time
main
for
event
break.
this.
Oh, no, we're not going to break.
No.
My Mount Rushmore this week is of common sayings that I hate.
Okay.
Common sayings
I
when
like it.
used. I'm like, shut up.
Number 1, shut up.
No, these are ones I hate. I like shut up a lot.
Oh.
A whole different kettle of fish.
Excuse me,
What the hell are
what?
you talking about, dude?
That's even old for me.
Yeah, just say it's different.
Who
all right.
says that?
I don't know. I've never heard anyone say that to me.
Really?
I've literally
Oh.
never heard that.
Yeah,
Has
me
someone
either.
said that to you, Sean?
Yeah. People. That's the thing people say. It's a whole different kettle of fish.
You need to hang out with a different group of people.
Yeah. Cat got your tongue?
Oh,
shut
Okay,
up.
yeah, I
yeah.
hate that.
What
I
are you
hate
doing?
Stupid.
Grow up. That's what I say.
that. Grow up. I think that's a problem. They're too.
Other
grown up.
animals can grab your tongue.
This one is another one. It's I guess technically good advice. I don't really like it though. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't tell me when to count my chickens. All right.
So you count your chickens before they hatch?
I mean, don't you want to count the eggs? You like that
Yeah,
helps.
you gotta
for-
know.
That helps for record keeping.
Yeah.
That you know how many eggs you have.
I love how literal and far you've taken this. Yes.
I mean, the next one is partially based off my appreciation for the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Paul Rudd's character in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. But when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And John, you know what I say?
Hey, here's the deal. When life gives you lemons, just say F the lemons and bail.
Yeah, leave the lemons. Bail.
See, that person with that attitude was going rogue. When we face adversity near the heights, I'm calling.
Lemonade is also
I
overrated.
didn't realize you'd pull a drop from that earlier. Play that again, Johnny. It's not the rivalry. I'm calling.
I wouldn't go rogue. I don't know why you think I'd go rogue.
Oh, you 100%. Yeah, when we face a lemon, you say F it and bail. You go rogue.
The lemon.
You're not sticking to the plan.
And this one is, I heard someone say it. This is the actual reason. I hate it every time someone says it. It's so stupid. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. No, it's not. We have a thing where it has the actual definition of words. It's called dictionary. That's not in there for insanity. That's not what insanity is. Doing the same thing.
Maybe you're looking in the wrong dictionary, Sean.
Merriam-Webster. I'm sorry.
Old and dusted.
Urban Dictionary.
Dictionary.com. I'm sorry.
My dictionary isn't online, okay? That's all I got to say.
Oh,
I don't know what that means.
I don't
so
like
I'm just
that.
Gonna
That
move
sounds, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it. Sounds anarchist cookbook like to me.
ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. We will move on. We got one segment left today.
You did that.
That is, of course, what we love from sports this week and the worst people in sports this week. When we get back, ESPN Radio 97.5 and 92.5.
This is the Bullpen on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Live from the Veritex Community Bank Studios. Here are the producers of ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
All right, about 6-7 minutes left to go in the show. We'll be back next week with an abbreviated version. We'll have to make way for the Aggies pregame show next week, leaving the end of the show to be 1:30 instead of 2 o'clock. Aggies taking on Florida tonight. Pregame starts at, I believe, 5 o'clock, kickoff at 6, so make sure you tune into the station for that. But right now in the bullpen, Sean Mapes, Cam Smith, Brian McDonald, and John Belmer. We finish off with what we loved in sports and our worst people in sports this week. My worst person in sports this week, as we go ahead and swim with the anger sharks. I actually have two. One, Jey Uso. I mean, this morning, you all saw it.
Yeah,
I
crown
mean,
jewel.
He gets involved in the match when Roman Reigns tells him and his brother Jimmy to not be involved. So strike one. And not only does he get involved in the match, but because he moves out of the way when there's a spear coming his way from Braun Breaker, Roman Reigns gets speared through a table. Tsunami 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns loses. Jey Uso, terrible human being. And my other worst person in sports this week, Texan safety Kalen Bullock, for talking trash about Whataburger in a post where he was at the In-N-Out, one of the In-N-Out drive-thrus throughout the city.
Yep.
Waiting.
Bad stuff.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You can't come into the HTX and start talking trash about Whataburger.
Yeah, at least be over 500.
Yeah, that, or maybe have a few Pro Bowls, maybe a ring.
Yeah,
it's your second year in the league, buddy. Yeah. Let's settle down with the Whataburger smack. All right, Cam, who's your worst person in sports?
Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No explanation needed.
Yeah.
Sean?
What an ass.
Yeah, you stabbed somebody. That qualifies.
No, he got stabbed. He beat up.
He initiated.
He caused the stabbing that he received. How about that?
Mine is whoever changed the original rivalry trophy for Ohio State and Illinois. It's called the Illibuck Trophy. It was first awarded in 1924. It was originally a live turtle that would change teams.
It was original. They traded back and forth a live turtle.
Unfortunately, they only did that until 1926 when that turtle died, and since then they've just gone with a replica turtle, like a wooden turtle.
Stupid.
Weak.
Yeah, it's terrible. My worst person in sports this week is someone who probably died 50 years ago, but it's whoever in 1926 decided not to just get another turtle and have them trade that turtle back. Turtles live for a long time. You can just get another one.
Like 100 plus.
Honestly, it's on them for only making 2 years with the first one.
Yeah,
You can gamble on them too.
Yes.
Turtle races.
You can.
I'm an active.
Have you gambled on turtle races?
I go almost every Thursday.
I cannot tell if you're being serious right now.
Dead ass. It's at the Little Woodrow's, a block from my house. I have no reason not to.
I've seen those signs.
Yeah.
Yes, that's actually real. That is real.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Heck
All
yeah.
right. You made money doing this?
No, technically, the gambling you do there is you get free drinks. So the gambling that I do has to be behind the scenes. But yes, I have won some money against.
It's no longer behind the scenes if you admit to it.
Well, they almost kicked us out one time for doing it.
But they put it on the damn sign at the place.
No, I'm talking about almost kicked us out because we were actually doing money bets.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
They're actually changing. Money was changing hands. It's not just pick the winning turtle and get 3 free beers.
Yeah.
Half off bucket if you get the right one.
All right. Speaking of things that swim, turtles. Get it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Get it? All right. I'm glad you got that. Let's go ahead and doggy paddle over the sea of tranquility. Leave the anger sharks behind. Talk about what we love from sports this week. What I love from sports this week is the vibe that is Cam Scattaboo. Just I think we all saw it. Those who watched college football and saw him at Arizona State, in the years prior. And before that, he was at Delaware State or what?
Sacramento State.
I can remember some small directional school, but just so much fun to watch play, run people over. Have you seen the picture they used for him on Sleeper, the Sleeper app? It's of him ripping his helmet off, doing the almost like the 90s Budweiser was up face basically. But man, Cam Scattaboo is so much fun. What did you guys love from sports this week?
I loved Aja Wilson for the Aces.
Care to explain?
Well, they won their 3rd title in 4 years, and I think she's the first person ever to win league MVP, scoring title, Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. So shout out to her.
Yeah.
And Becky Hammond, who I think could coach an NBA team if they weren't full of divas.
She was the first person to ever make a game-winning shot over a married couple because
I saw
her
that
game
photo.
winner in Game
Yeah.
3 was over.
I'm sorry. What?
A married couple?
There's a crowd fans in the.
No. 2 of the Phoenix Mercury players are married.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Boom. Over you and your
You
wife.
thought 2 fans would run out?
Wasn't
I thought
sure
it was
what
just
was
like
happening with
two
that one.
middle-aged people standing there.
Sorry,
holding
I'm a
each
little
other
behind
the
on my
court.
WNBA knowledge.
Well, you brought up Aja Wilson.
True, I did. Well, she's a baddie.
Thing I loved in sports this week. You know what? Take it away. David Ortiz and Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Dale. The Yankee lose. The Yankees lose. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, let's do it again. The Yankees lose. The Yankees lose. Yankees lose. Let's go, baby.
But you don't take it personal. I get it.
One more. The Yankees lose. Oh, my God.
I don't think there's anything else left to be said, Vlad. You were awesome. We'll see you in the next round. Go enjoy it, all right?
Llámame. Dale, te llamo de una vez. Gracias.
My favorite part
Gusto
of
en verlo.
that.
Gracias.
My favorite part of that video was Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez
Yes.
laughing and then slowly actually kind of getting
Yeah,
upset
like,
by
I
how
think
many
the first time they were like, "Oh,
Good.
that's funny," and
Yeah.
then by the end of like, "Oh,
All right. Derek Jeter especially, like you
Yeah.
can tell he like actually hates it.
I
I
loved
think
it.
David Ortiz would do that job just for the opportunity to say the Yankees lose on TV.
Oh, yeah,
like he
for
got so much. I don't know at what point Vlad was over it, but David Ortiz like one more time.
yeah.
Just kept egging him on. That was fantastic. All right, that'll do it for the bullpen this week. Thank you to Sean. Thank you to Cam. Thank you to John Belmer behind the glass. I am Brian McDonald. Again, Aggies football starts at 5 o'clock with the pregame, 6 o'clock with the kickoff their game against Florida. So make sure you tune in for that. And then next week we'll be back on from noon to 1:30, leading up to another Aggies football game with that pregame starting at 1:30. I am Brian McDonald. Thank you for joining us, folks. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
The Yankee lose.